sa'yo ako'y lumigaya. Pagmamahal ay alayan ka. Kung tunay man ako ay alipinin mo ang lahat sa buhay ko'y dahil sa'yo. Dahil sa'yo, because of you. Born January 1st, 1911, the day that God decided to send an angel down from heaven to bless me with my origins by giving me yours, not knowing 76 years later, his granddaughter would be born. Iba, Zambales, Chicago, Illinois, two different stomping grounds with the same joyful noise, the birth of a patriarch and the birth of a writer, to a family, to a mother you made, a survivor, because you had survived not one war but two. Two world wars happened in an era where you had to till through the soil from daybreak until night in the jungle with your bolo, your tall jungle knife. Age 8, you were farming, giving your family support. Age 8, I was playing Power Rangers on the porch. Had you never walked those miles on on Death March path, I would have never heard your stories or written about your past, about hiding all the food beneath the house late at night to protect your family from starvation, protect your family from the might of the Japanese invasion, raping women at their knees. But you kept my grandmother safe from the soldiers' harmful siege. And even Mom says you're a hero. Even if you didn't make that much, you always gave her what she needed. You always gave her just enough to go to school so that she could see her dreams of coming to America despite poverty. And it seems, though you wanted her to stay, you were convinced that she should go. And it's because of that decision, Lolo, I stand here and nothing less, open mic, on stage, in America, alone. Tirso Laborente, age 90 at death, but with me you'll stay forever as I take each humble step from your birthplace in Zambales to your home in Alongapo City to your flight up to Chicago. And I remember, but it's a pity when we forget about our past, because our past created us, our lineage, our ancestors. In God I trust that you know just where I am, and a smile is on your face, because heaven ain't too far when I look at my mom's face. Dahil sa'yo, because of you, Lolo, I'm alive, but through my words, grandfather, you stay alive. See, I get so weak. Weak in my knees and weak in my thoughts, and weak in my heart when I think about these girls who be selling their bodies for $5 a pop out in the Philippines that ain't nobody stopped, because in comes the income and down goes the food into their bellies, the one thing that'll soothe the pain of knowing that your body is a commodity. Traded in a world full of unfair philosophies, atrocities, behold, first world man controls, and the little girl lives in a third world hole. The discovery not made through hands of her own, but through two hands. A lighter shade on her body is shown, along with drugs, sex, and violence. And all I hear is silence, because her story is a blank page in the Book of Human Sciences, New York Times, the Tribune. And all I got is one spoon to dig up information about my nation, ravaged, ripped, and consumed, the one future that's doomed. But see, that could have been my moms, my Lola, my aunties, their sons, their daughters selling sampaguita in the slums. As I thumb through the pages and read about the world, I want to ask y'all a question. Where is this little girl? Human trafficking, human roadblock to the advancement of my people, colonialism and apathy, a mixture that is lethal. And one little girl turning 14 next December, her body on the back burner, losing heat in its own embers, while artistas sing their songs. Little boys and little girls can't sing along because their voices are lost within the white noise that prolongs through their life. The strife of a mother who tries to survive, but the need to survive surpasses the need to arrive at a place of self-respect. Dignity she neglects because you see, dignity won't earn you a peso or a check, regret. And all she wants to do is stay alive. Oh, we got money to go to school, she ain't got money to survive, and we are privileged and we are blessed, but she is hungry, so she sells sex. And while we got the feast of knowledge on her plate, she's still scraping for a crumb to help her find an escape. And I get so weak. I will never have blonde hair or blue eyes or perfect skin. My thighs will always touch each other like a mother pressing her lips against her baby's belly. My legs will never come up to my chest. My chest will never be bigger than a size 32B to be me. I deal with the fact that I will never be 5'9", gracing the catwalk in Paris, France. My ass will sometimes be thicker than my aunts think it should be. There will be moments when I will drink green tea instead of wearing green tea moisturizer to tighten my pores. I will get sores from the walking in the heel, trying to compensate for the inches that I feel society has chopped off of me. I mean, I've always felt comfortable in my skin, but when the world tells me that my skin is too oily or too dry, too dark or too white, while they're screaming, "You're just another Asian girl," I swirl the makeup remover around my eyes and wonder why I was so insecure. See, when I was 14, I wanted a magazine to tell me that being 5'0" was sexy, or that my flat nose was the next big thing. I was never in a spread for a spring or fall fashion line. I didn't have time to pretend that I was a preteen with 2 immigrant parents and a dying grandfather, and a high school full of kids who forever thought I was Chinese. I'm Filipino, by the way. So I believed, as a writer, I could create a catwalk for the women that I loved, and I would say, "This is my mother and my sister, 2 models, one 5'4", the other 4'11". Together they form a stepping stool up to heaven where I see my grandmother, Euphemia Malong Labarete, who stitched together her 3rd grade education, hustler mentality, street smarts, Catholic morality into a fabric made of family comes first. Reading books, stage left is my father's mother, Primitiva Ibalio Lardisabo, from the province of Hidalgo din Ilocos Sur. She wears a long train of miles behind her, sewed together from the miles she walked just to teach children at her school. And as a fashion-forward rule, I continue to run, jump, leap in their footsteps, footwear that elevates me higher than any Louis Vuitton pup ever could. I dress myself in their experiences, mixing different textures, rough and smooth. The red rouge I wear on my lips is a testament to the blood, sweat, and tears, their sacrifices that I vow to share through my words. They are models. My role models. For anyone who believes that models do not exist in her shape or form, believe me, I have been torn before between the beauty magazines and the mirror. Before, I am a model. A role model for the do not belongs and no she doesn't, for the close-knit sisters and quarreling cousins, for the dozens of females blinded by retail, the media, and hovering creepers calling her exotic. You are a model, a blueprint of whoever you want to be. You are a model with the most perfect body of potential I have ever seen. You, sisters, mothers, aunties, cousins, and friends are all models. I got aunties and uncles, parents, and friends telling me that I should just go cop a job in the medical field. Telling me how they feel, and worse, the concern, stability, the ability to make that buku money, cash, that cream, dollars in the States, pesos in the Philippines, the simple means by which we are supposed to survive. To which I reply, so what's a girl supposed to do when her pen is her lifeline? Can't count the times my mind has gone into cardiac arrest, from saturated thoughts to block off treasured moments from the rest of my thoughts. Made of empty memories and empty calories, taking up space, expanding into intellectual waste, nourishing me with nothing while the strain on my face paralyzed my mouth and my eyes. Silent tears lead me to hypochondriac fears, constantly looking for something wrong with my reflection in the mirror. Insincere diagnosis leads to self-hypnosis, and blank stares lead up to nowhere on this flat line locomotive, so my mind is almost dead. That is until I pick up my pen and I attempt a series of incisions like fission minus the radiation that create energy from the splitting of my imagination with pauses. From punctuation, the sensation creates another body apart from where I stay in a body of work, alive and well, with a heartbeat kept alive by active verbs and passive voices only kept passive because that was my choice. And while I'm fully aware starving artists don't make too much, becoming a doctor wouldn't make me much of a writer. Because you see, passions were not meant to be disowned, and everybody's got a chance to make it even if they're alone in their decision. And while you may have this vision of me sitting in the cardboard box begging for some change at the end of the block, I got the same vision but slightly altered, where yes, I'm begging for some change but through a book that I've authored. So if you're bothered and concerned with nothing but my respect, in return I say to you, thank you, aunties, cousins, friends, for the professional advice. But you see, me and my cardboard box will be all right.